Hi, everyone. Welcome to Counterculture. The idea of this podcast is to catch the conversations that are had when we're not podcasting. Basically, they're the same thing, only without focus. This podcast is an experiment, and we hope you stick with it to hear how it evolves. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually make something out of nothing. This episode was recorded at the Blue Box Cafe in Elgin, Illinois. We recorded it sitting at a table in the middle of the restaurant with a simple MP3 recorder. What you hear here is a completely organic conversation between Martha, Molly, Chris, and Rob and myself. We hope you like it.
I'm going to talk about how much of a cluster it was. I was a little upset at the beginning. I thought it went great.
I thought it went great too.
With the exception of Carrie Fisher, who was a whack job.
Oh, she
screwed everybody up because she spent too much time with them.
Is that what it was?
Oh yeah, they even said it. They're like,
well, she had to brush hair and things like that.
She was putting glitter on everybody.
She was putting glitter on everybody.
You saw it.
I saw a little boy with glitter all
Glitter,
over.
yeah. She put glitter on everybody that came up.
I would have killed her.
I know. Well, we talked about it when we were in line. So.
All right, so our panel's coming up. Scratch the glitter thing. You guys don't like it, okay?
Glitter's gone.
Yeah.
Unless you're Princess Leia.
But, you know, people complaining about that stuff, it's like, okay, I get it, but
Right.
it seems like all this stuff, you know, my point is, I think that there's got to be a little bit of perspective here. When we were younger, so like teens into 20s, and cons were really kind of new.
Right. It was very open and lax and free
Well,
flowing.
and you know what? It's not like, oh, just throw us a bone, we'll take anything. But
It kind of is.
but we lived through
We're having
where,
this beer. Excuse me, say what's up.
Are you going to be here till 4?
No, what's your year's coming? Yeah, Lindsay's coming in 3.
Me and Liz together. Not very cheap.
Why, tonight? Why is somebody asking you to work?
Adeline just wants to go home now. If I can take her.
You can be here during the day, just not at night.
Oh,
so that's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, that's fine. Just gotta wait till she's there. So sorry.
no, it was sweet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what she's
That
putting on there.
looks
So. Good. I'm glad you can pull it up because I can't. So. No, I'm sorry. I mean, not to figure it out. But I know what you're saying. Like, it was like people were there. It was great to be there.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, yeah, there may be things you don't like, or there may be, you know, I don't know. It just seems like all of a sudden there seems to be a line of like geek diva that's going on.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
And not just from this
Not just
scenario.
women.
Right, but we're using the term as what a diva is of that.
Sure.
You know, I don't know what else, but pretension, or where it's like, you know what? How about the fact that we are getting these really cool things,
Right.
and we are getting to celebrate them. And I really think that, like for example, with Shy 5, it seems like it's people that really are into this kind of thing,
Right.
putting it together. So they may not have all their ducks in a row.
Sure.
You know what? I can cut them some slack.
Absolutely.
It's only their second one.
Right. Exactly. I mean, imagine your second interview or your second appearance or your second whatever. It's going to be a cluster and you're going to be horrible.
And this is a whole con. They're not just putting on one panel. I mean, this is an entire thing they're coordinating for
It's
crying out
hard.
loud.
No, I understand.
I
Well, no,
can't
I just
even imagine.
I just think that there's that balance, especially nowadays with this whole meet and greet thing. You literally are paying $50, $45, $100. You own 30 seconds of that stuff.
Right.
That's kind of the norm.
Now that's a different case.
Right, that's a norm. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought the convention itself
Was great.
was unbelievable. I mean,
If the celebrity thing isn't managed right, that's something different.
right. But I mean, I thought that, especially in the case of Indiana Comic Con, could there have been things that were better? Could they have had more signs? Yeah, but you know what? Everybody got there. It was a good time.
Hey man,
It wasn't.
Think of how many cons Wizard World has done.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we went to the one in Madison. That was their first one. Okay, so
There.
this was only the second year, I guess, for Indiana. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, this was the first year for Madison Wizard World. A group that does millions of these things. Well, not millions, but you know what I mean. Many. They had sign issues.
Sure.
It was hard to figure out where to park, where to
Right.
go. You know what?
It was packed.
They're working it out.
Sure.
It doesn't run like a smooth machine.
You
So-
have to allow them the growing pains.
Right, even Rosemont wasn't as smooth. I mean,
No.
it went well, and there were tons of people, but
But look
there's
at-
issues with traffic. It's part of the deal.
Even San Diego Comic-Con. Now, we haven't been to it, but they're saying that they're going to move it. I bet that first year they move,
Oh, it's gonna be-
it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
Because people know the whole setup right now. It's going to change, and
They
then
have to
you're
move
gonna
that
get
to
the same.
Vegas. They have to move that someplace huge. I mean, where else can handle that many people?
Yeah.
Here, Chicago could.
I think the Blue Box Cafe is a perfect spot.
Well, no, but like
It's
McCormick
so
Place,
big.
McCormick Place could handle that.
Instead of Hall H, we'll have you can see the panel at table H, and yeah.
Miniature, in miniature.
Right.
We're gonna miniaturize everybody with a.
How are people supposed to learn in such a small place?
You get all those tiny people in there. We'll call it the Zoolander Comic Con.
Miniaturizing
Blue Box
it
Cafe.
would look like a giant room.
That's right. It could be huge. So. Oh no, I mean because
So how do we do that? Wait, I want to talk about that because
miniaturizing people.
no,
Movie
I want to
Comic-Con.
talk about that.
Call Rick Moranis up in one.
If I called Rick Moranis, I don't think that'd be my first question. It would be all Bob and Doug McKenzie for a while.
Absolutely.
And then
goes-
Ghostbusters. And
it goes-
then about number 43 would be, oh yeah,
Honey, I Shrunk-
how do you shrink people? That was a movie, sir. No, it wasn't.
Really, no.
Can you do my taxes too? So, no.
How was working with Steve Martin? Man?
Okay, that's number 42. See, we're bumping the other one down. So, the weekend of C2E2.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm just spitballing, but so we're going to be doing our regular live at the Blue Box that weekend.
Yes.
We're not doing panels at C2E2. So Saturday night we're going to be here. We're going to do our thing. But I started thinking about it. You know, it was, I forget what place does it, but when I was at Wizard World a couple years ago, there was a comic book store in the suburbs that was doing like the I don't want to call it the anti-Wizard World because it wasn't about like, forget them, we're having our own thing. It was more like, you don't want to drive into Rosemont and have to deal with parking. And in this case, you don't want to drive down to McCormick Place and deal with parking. It was, what can we do here? What can we do here for C2E2 during the day that day? Doesn't have to be a big con, just like, I wonder if there's got to be local artists in that aren't doing C2E2, that aren't going down there. Maybe we could have like some interviews and have people kind of have like a mini thing going on here. Are you up for that?
Sure. We're leaving on vacation the next day, but I'll be here all day.
Perfect.
But good timing. Let's commit to the whole thing.
You're only be on vacation because you're trying to avoid that whole Avengers thing.
Yes.
Yeah, the 24 hours. Do you want one?
Can I have one of these?
I'm good. I'm fine. Thanks. Thank you. Though.
Oh, these are
They
amazing.
look killer, but
Yeah.
I don't know why I
Snake
tried
that
to
was
cook
so
it.
bad.
So,
What is it? It's marshmallow dipped in chocolate, dipped in
Graham cracker.
Mom, can
three
I
bad
snake
things
that
all put
one?
together to make a bad thing.
Yep.
Mom, can I snake that one?
Except I only buy like Whole Foods marshmallows. And
You know I-
I melted the and then this is gluten-free graham cracker.
You gotta ask Mom.
Go ahead.
Seeing as how you snuck most of my chips, you're rotten.
All right, the rest.
So, you ate the rest?
Wait, those were hers.
No, those were
Get another
mine.
one. I don't care.
No, yours not his.
So,
Lots of
okay.
bags.
So, I think we got to do something with that. I just don't know what.
We talk about.
This is the No Offense podcast.
Yeah, oh,
Oh, yeah,
hardly.
But we can talk about the fact that our daughter has made us dress up to go out for her birthday dinner.
Yes.
And our daughter has made us dress up to go out for her birthday dinner, and I am in a skirt. And
That doesn't
I
happen.
don't,
Not
I don't
liking it.
like it.
You're not
And-
liking it at all.
And then I
wasn't
had-
going to say anything. You were.
So then I go to the bathroom. Okay, so this is what we need to talk about on
Really?
the podcast. And I went from the bottom up, but then I realized that was a grave error with
What?
this particular skirt. Because then you got to get it back down again.
Oh.
So next time I got to go top down.
What?
I don't wear skirts, so I don't know.
Well, and then the audience
You know
missed
what?
out on my visual.
First world problems.
Yeah.
Is that along with your new kids dance?
Yeah.
Mini tub?
That one is on video, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, her pulling up her skirt in the bathroom isn't.
No.
Well,
Well, there
unless
it
you have
is.
video
There's,
cameras.
there's a
there.
website.
Do you have
but-
anything you need to tell us, Chris?
No.
Yeah,
But I do
gross.
tell the kids I have video cameras here that I'm watching them all the time.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
You hear that, Molly?
Wave at Kathy. Wave
All
at
that you
Kathleen.
do, all that.
I see a video camera.
Every time you steal chips.
Yeah.
It's,
Mom, look, I see a video camera.
Yep.
so
So
So,
that
yeah.
was an interesting segue. Okay, what do you want to talk about?
So
now?
no.
But I wasn't done. So, okay, so we got to figure that one out.
Figure
What?
out.
The
We have
Doctor Who Day?
yeah, we got to do the Doctor Who Day.
We
too.
gotta figure
We
out.
gotta get.
We gotta figure out our parade float.
Yeah, did you hear this?
No, what?
No, you didn't hear it.
Paige wants us to be in the Elgin parade for the 4th of July.
And we're doing it.
Have you seen this
I
parade?
think
Is it a
we could
parade
get,
or is
like-
it like?
No, it's a
I
great
think we could
parade.
get 20 people to dress up. Lil could be the Flash in his spandex.
No, I don't want him flashing. He could be Baymax, and he's going to do body paint.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna get all these people to dress up in
Marvel? Is it going to be a
Marvel,
No, anything.
DC.
Just gotta
Once Upon a
represent.
Time,
That was funny,
Fairy
by
Tale.
the way, the Geek-tastic cage match.
What
part?
was?
Kelly, who's got the better thing? So. Oh yeah, they can leave it. They just can't close like late at night. They can work for an hour together. So yeah, that's fine. No problem.
I don't know what was funny. I missed the whole thing.
Oh,
I need
in the
handlers.
in the Geek-tastic cage match.
Yes.
Where we're doing which does better, Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
And Kelly
Voted.
raised her hand and voted for Marvel.
I know.
Remember that?
I said,
No, I forgot
Lilith is
that.
gonna.
Yeah.
How are you
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
explain
She
this
was
one to
crazy.
Lilith?
She's like Marvel. Because we all did the cards.
She's like,
Which, by
I
the way, I
can't.
thought that worked pretty well.
The cards
But
were
A&E
great.
The cards?
A&E
Oh, it was
worked
great.
well in
Yeah,
that
that
kind
worked
of
really
setting.
well.
So
Why
we're
did
gonna.
we
I'll
have
get
cards?
Oh, and Geek Bar wants us to come and do it.
nice.
So,
So that they can say
so
which
if
one
it's a
is
night
the
you can
answer.
do, you
We'll
should
get
go
panels.
with.
I'll
And you can
go.
wear the blue box shirt.
Yeah.
Wait, where?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it matters.
Well, no, but I don't want. I'm not here just to pimp myself. I'm here to.
We are.
I'm here to
I
pimp
know.
my
I
ride.
put myself on.
We're here to
but it's
pimp
okay.
you. When we go
I'll get ping pong pads
I am-
of different colors.
at
A&E.
Indiana Comic Con, we were
I'm
walking
shameless.
around and we go, oh, and then the blue box, and they go, oh, the owner was over here
Yeah.
already.
Oh, I was pimping everybody. You and
But we were doing the same thing, and then
League
they
of
go,
Geeks.
oh, we met him.
yeah, League of Geeks. I did. I hit everybody. Like,
Yeah, we did
Robert,
too.
It's like, yeah. and he's talking to one guy. I'm talking to another.
Yeah.
There's Self-Tape Media. We're doing podcasts here. You guys can check it out.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys came up to me and he goes, that guy over there sent me over to you. You guys own a podcast company? And so he's out of New York. He wants to podcast.
Oh, your guy with the bow tie?
Jay. Hi,
Yeah.
Jay.
I remember. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was so funny.
We
But
picked up a couple of podcasters because there's a girl that was there at our panel that is going to do an iZombie podcast.
Nice.
Which, so she's like, I don't know how old she is. I'm going to say teenager, but she's like, I don't know, college age is my guess. But she's like,
18
oh,
to
what a
25.
compliment.
Who are
Yeah, I
you
have no
talking
idea.
about?
This girl that we just picked up
I
on
didn't
this.
meet her.
You didn't? No, you did
Oh, I'm calling
briefly.
dibs
you were
on the-
picking up girls? Is
Yeah,
that
you
what
know
that-
me.
I'm calling dibs on the.
I think they were.
Yeah, it's spin
Yeah.
off, by the
There
way.
you go.
Yeah. Oh, you want
Oh,
it?
you want it?
It's all yours. Well,
Well,
anyway.
if they want to do it, they can do it.
No,
I'll do
no.
it.
The way I can go into the details of how we work things, but yeah, you can have it. It works. Well, so this girl and her friend are doing iZombie,
Yeah.
and they're going to do it for us. They had a good name for it. I don't remember the name yet, so I can't really
iZombie
like.
Cast?
No.
Oh, yeah, I think
Yeah.
you zombie.
Yeah.
Me zombie.
Me zombie.
He's zombie, you
So-
zombie, I zombie.
So then Jeff, who does
Me zombie,
Fighters,
you dead.
you know, Walking Dead, it has like 2 more episodes and then it's on hiatus.
Yes.
So, and they'll do the second series, I'm sure. But they wrote and they were like, is anyone doing iZombie? And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. Do it. Because Jeff and Kirk are vastly different than 2 college-age girls doing iZombie.
I think they're going to have a different point of view.
I think it's going to be polar opposite. So, you know, same thing. I mean, if you want to be on if you want to do one, we'll figure it out. You know, there's no big deal. We have what 3 Flash shows,
We also picked
and they're
up
all
Bella,
so different.
who's going to be our live podcast.
Yes.
She's not going to podcast on the show, but she's going to do our live.
Did you weren't there when Bella was there, were you?
She did Geek My Kids.
You left her and Geek My Kids.
They did. She was
did.
in the audience.
No,
No.
she was on the panel.
She was on the panel.
I picked
Marcel,
her up
who
the
was
night
it?
before.
The dark-haired one. There was the girl.
I didn't know who it
Oh,
was.
she was fantastic.
Yeah.
So she's going to do live shows for us. And yeah, I met her the night before because she was talking to Molly about Harry Potter, and she was going on and on about these birthday parties and the stuff that her parents. I said, oh, "Do you want to be on a panel tomorrow
And I
morning?"
went, oh, I get to out my mother on a panel
that
about a
wasn't
birthday
fair,
party.
man. That was not cool.
That was so
Mm.
fun.
You were
Well,
getting hammered there. So.
we nailed this birthday
Yeah.
a little bit, not really.
Kind of nailed.
Sort of nailed, not really nailed.
Nailed it in.
It'll be nailed when she goes to bed and we can watch some on our own. What?
As long as we feed the kids sushi,
Yeah.
she will say it was a good birthday, right?
Yeah.
Best birthday ever.
Yeah. We got to figure out because we got to be there early tomorrow, doing this panel. We got to
Well,
make sure we
Edward's
got all
getting
that stuff
dropped off
together.
at 8:30, so we'll go.
8:30?
Yeah.
Are we gonna make it?
But you guys take
Of course
the
we're
train.
gonna
It's
make
at 10,
it.
isn't it?
Huh?
I think it's at 10. I wanted to leave at 8.
8 may not be-
Uh-oh.
Text Ruth.
Yeah,
Text Ruth.
because it can't be.
Yes.
I mean, if we
Oh,
leave
Just so
it,
you know,
Turn it
avoid
on
90
podcast.
is horrible. Just get past
yeah,
50.
it's going to be rush hour.
There's no such thing as rush hour.
It's going to
just
be
all hell.
it's going to be rush day,
Right.
and
Rush
we're going down to
day.
the Palmer House. We got to get there. We have to be in the building at the very latest by 9:30 because we got to figure out where we're going and everything. We don't want to just come running in like we're here, go. That's ridiculous. So I thought 8 was the latest I wanted to leave.
You might convey that to
So who's
someone.
Sunday? Is it the 4 of us going down? Kathleen and the
Yeah.
Lillas? Okay. We're just
Yep.
trying to figure out because
Yeah, Molly has a
Yeah.
birthday party here in Elgin. So we're gonna take her. I'm taking her to the birthday party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? What are you asking?
nothing. Are we gonna leave right after 1?
Yeah.
Kathleen has some. I think we have some. She
Yeah.
had some plans or something. So.
Yeah. Well, Lil never sees his family, so we're going to encourage him to come home early and see his family.
Watch
Uh,
Aliens.
yeah.
Throw Aliens in and let's go.
Come on, kids. Let's watch Aliens. This week I have Aliens and Predator 2. That's no worries. No, we're going to leave right after the panels. That's enough. Maybe we could schedule a panel for that night. Kidding. Where's a minute we don't have film? Oh, this weekend is nuts.
We leave Palmer House.
It's just nuts.
What other local stuff is going on that we might be involved in?
Local? I don't
The
know.
float.
The float. Let's talk about the
I
float.
can't because I'm already doing here, and then we have a thing called Americana Jubilee. We do a pie eating contest and a pie
Where's
tasting
that?
contest. It's Side Street Studios across, just half a block.
Is
away.
that part of the parade thing?
Well, after the parade.
Right.
I
We
told you
do-
we need to go to side
Wait. So
street.
wait. I'm just confused. So this is what, 4th of July?
Right, 4th of
And
July.
your stuff is all 4th of July?
Well, we're open,
Okay.
and the parade goes down, and they're trying to get it to come down here, and then we do this thing. It's like in between the parade and fireworks. We've done this thing called Americana Jubilee, where they do. Last year we had a bake sale. They had some stuff for the kids, and it's through Elgin Fringe Festival. They kind of do it to promote what's going on in a couple months.
Okay.
And then we had a pie eating contest and a pie cooking contest. So they had like people submitted pies.
Sure.
There were like 12 of them. They were really good last year, and everybody
Yeah.
voted. And then
So you ate them all?
they had to pay, no, I didn't. I had barely any.
Yeah, you were the only contestant.
Because I did the
contest.
pie eating contest, and
What flavor?
did we do a pie eating contest last year? I did apple. It was just like apple in a tin with whipped cream on it. But this year we might bake them. I don't know. We have to figure it out. But it's
All
a
right.
pie. But anybody can make a pie.
So you don't want to do a float. So we got to talk
can't-
about whether we're going to do a float.
I can't do a float. I just don't have time or people.
I'm doing a float.
If you guys want to do one,
Well, we would. Yeah,
Well,
we
if
would
we-
do in a Southgate Media Group.
Yeah, we do a Southgate Media Group one. Oh, I'm sure we'll be wearing.
I may
t-shirts.
sponsor part of it.
Oh, hell's yeah. We'll be up for that.
The way I can.
We just got to figure out how. Are they full-on floats, or is it just like people with like
People
pickup
do
trucks?
floats, people do pickup trucks. People do.
I want to stick
People can
toys
just
to our
walk.
car and
I
then
know,
have
I don't
everybody
wanna
dressed
do
up.
that. That's
He said, "I'm not
ridiculous."
sticking toys on our car.
We're
It's
not
ridiculous.
sticking toys on the
I
car.
want
We're
to
not-
stick toys all
Yeah,
over.
and then
I
they'll
know.
You
fall
can do it
off
for-
and get broken.
Depending on con.
They're gonna end up being my toys and his toys. So
Yeah.
what do
I don't have any toys, so that would make sense that it would be yours. And I am thinking this is a good idea.
Dude, if you take the impression
No,
girls
it's
for
not gonna
car, I
happen.
would kill
Or
you.
you can
I'm
get
all
like a
about the
flatbed
show.
and get a truck from somebody and then have people wait on it.
We're,
But we got there's just a lot to think. I can't think about this
People
right now.
walk around in costumes.
I think
we're
it's
gonna
too
have
much.
people walk around in costume mostly,
Or you can just have people walk around. That's what people do.
and then have our
But
sign. We
I-
That's
carry
somebody
our
carry a sign. Have
sign.
Edward carry a sign.
I think
Poor Edward.
I think the
Or
best
just
thing
Edward carries
would be if we
a
could
big
figure out a way,
three-person
and I don't know
sign.
how we could do it, but to have us sitting there podcasting on the back of a truck, just sitting there talking. So as you pull by, they're hearing the conversation because that's what we do here. I think that would be funny. We'll get a Lil on there, just abuse him, and it'll be funny. Oh, yes.
Poor Lil.
Poor Lil. He loves it. He had a great time talking to Brett Dalton today. He said he got like 33 retweets already. I didn't even tweet it out yet. I was trying to keep it a secret. Huh?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
I retweeted it.
Did you? Yeah, I didn't do anything with it yet.
It's so salmon color.
We talked about it on our show last night, so we're promoting it. We're going to air it on Monday. So when they're hearing this, though, this will be airing after Monday. So
we'll be able to talk about it on set.
It's actually the first episode of a new show on our Enough Said show. It's called Bullpen. Enough Said Bullpen. And it's all any interview we get because it doesn't fit having interviews on our regular show. So we're going to have this. I think it's pretty cool. You know, that way it can be whatever interview we get. We've got a guy who's writing a Marvel video game we're going to have on soon. And picked up some artists.
Does he use it to on League of Geeks or not?
Huh?
Does he use them to on League of Geeks or not?
He doesn't use ours, no, but we share. I give him whatever. Like he asked me for Annie's information.
Okay.
And yeah, sure, why not? She talked to him, and
Cool.
you know, now that we've got a relationship going, I'm comfortable with that. Just as he's got things for us too.
Yeah.
So
No, that's good.
yeah,
It's good to have two people on it because
that's right. Well, it gives the people that are getting interviewed a lot more exposure because you're on two different networks, two different shows, but you've got the crossover, so there's a good crosstalk. So it's a good way to do it.
Yes.
So, well, this is the most boring counterculture.
Yeah,
It's all business.
So we're going to talk about
My skirt?
Indiana
Come on.
Comic Con.
Yeah, I want to talk about
I thought
Indiana
we
Comic Con.
were. Okay,
we weren't.
Okay,
We kinda
we stayed
did.
in an awesome hotel and it had a movie theater in it.
It did.
That you
We
could
didn't
bring
get
your
to
own
use it.
DVD.
I loved it.
Who didn't get to use it?
Oh, sorry. I didn't get to use it.
Molly and I watched.
We were too busy
with,
working.
With Mrs.
Yeah.
I watched
working.
2 movies.
I work. I have her.
You
She's
do work. Although you guys
I
were
had to go
swimming
swimming
and
and
watch
watch
the movie.
movies, eat
tough.
lunch.
Isn't that
It's
so
a hard
much
knock
work?
life.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Annie said.
For my
So-
mother. No, it isn't.
What?
I'm gonna knock you in the
No
next
kidding.
Tuesday.
So, but it was,
No.
besides from those 24 hours of
I don't want to miss sushi.
hell, not hell, but being up.
Chaos?
It was.
Well, yeah, you had. That was crazy.
Yeah.
You
Well-
act like you're still 20. I can't do that now.
No, I just freaked. I mean, if I wake up, I wake
Yeah,
up. I'm
I'm the
man,
same way.
If I wake up at 2 in the morning, I'm up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am also. I was up
Not
at
me.
5 this
If I
morning.
wake up at 2 in the morning, I go back to bed.
You're smart.
Well,
Although I had a problem. I was nervous. I thought you weren't going to make it, so I kept waking up. And
I was
then
up. I
at
was
6
up
o'clock,
way
I
before
texted
him,
you.
and I'm waiting. I'm like, well, I'll
I
be
wasn't
up.
gonna. I wasn't gonna text you in the middle of the night.
Why? I was up.
I know, but why would I
Yeah.
have texted you in the middle of the night just anonymously? I don't-
Yeah.
Pray you
Creepy.
miss it.
If I'm not there, I'm not, whatever. It just happens.
No,
I mean,
we wanted to
I
make
was
sure.
generally concerned, and there was no problem to get in this year.
Okay.
Now Sunday it might have
Is
been
this
Saturday.
a-
It's like, dude, I walked up right then and there and got everything done pretty much right before you got there.
Right.
And then when these guys came and we got the next set of signatures, we walked in and waited 20 minutes at that. At 5 o'clock, it was good.
Yeah.
Just watching Carrie Fisher ranting at people. Wow.
See, you know,
Wow.
that,
She's unique.
It was just weird reading about that because I posted my concern. I said I thought things were disorganized in the beginning, but it went well after that. Now, could they learn some stuff about it? Yeah, but it was just hard directionally. But
Right.
you know, if there were, then people were like, why don't you pre-sell it? Imagine if that was pre-sold.
Right.
Chaos.
Well, and then they let. I mean, I understand this thing. How many times are you going to meet Carrie Fisher? So you bring your entire family.
Hopefully
Right.
never.
Well, exactly. I know exactly.
In my
but
world,
I mean,
yeah.
That's too bad because she's staying
what,
at our house for
everybody
2
gets 2.2 seconds to say hi to Carrie Fisher, and then you have
Right.
to leave, and you feel
Get
gypped.
some
I mean,
glitter thrown on you.
glitter.
And a swear word or
I
two.
just don't. I guess it's hard for me to understand what people expect.
Not unlike our
Obviously,
shows.
Well, like from indie, like in a small indie con, like Indiana Comic Con, to like Wizard World. Wizard World is very much, and that's kind of what it seems like all of these go to. Is that what it's like at C2E2 or at what was the one that just happened?
That we just went to? That was Indiana Comic Con.
Walker Stalker Con. Or
Oh, Walker
even in
Stalker,
Madison,
yeah.
where they have these huge lines of, to take pictures, and it's like boom, 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 and autographs were like
Right.
boom, boom, boom.
Right. Very
Yeah.
organized.
I mean, isn't that kind of the norm now? That
Yeah.
That's what you get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's bad. I mean, I understand that you
Well,
want
I think Wizard World uses a third party for all of that.
Really?
Whereas I think Indiana Comic Con did it themselves.
Sure.
I just kind of got that impression.
Right.
So they'll learn.
Yeah, but whoever does it, does it. I mean, it's all the same system, whether they rent it out or, they just want to make money off of it. So
Right.
if they can make $5 a head, okay, great.
Yeah.
Feel free. So
Yeah, I thought was weird. I'd never ever seen before, and we've been going to cons for 20 years,
Right.
But what I've never seen before is them closing Artist Alley at 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
That was bizarre.
While everything else was still going on. The con was open until 11 o'clock.
one the first night.
Huh?
One on the first
But no Artist Alley. And so I thought it was weird, and I thought, okay, well, that's got to be hurting people. Until I talked to the artists the next day, and I had so many of them say, "Oh my gosh, we loved it.
Yeah.
We loved it. We went out for dinner,
Right.
and we went to our room, and we were in bed asleep, and it was fantastic." And
Yeah, they didn't
and
show up at
got
our cage match. What's wrong with them?
But I think
We're
that
not
that's.
coming.
I'm throwing the entire alley under the bus.
For me, I thought it was strange, and I was disappointed because I was like, "Oh, we had time to walk around,
Sure.
and they closed." But from the artist's standpoint, a lot of them were happy with that.
Well, maybe they could have done it a little bit later, but not all the way.
Exactly.
Like maybe they could have said. I mean, I hate to say 7.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe
they'll-
7:30.
Maybe they'll know. Maybe they'll know next time and do it. So
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it is nice. I know those are really hard on those guys, especially like
Well, and
talking about those Blue Box T-shirt guys at Wizard World.
Yeah.
They were like on Saturday. They were like it wasn't
Yeah.
even Sunday yet. They were done.
you've got that adrenaline on Saturday. Where I think about it is if you've worn them out on Saturday, Sunday is the longest day ever. That last couple hours, and the cons don't want you to pack up.
No, you can't.
They'll they don't want you leaving. If they've worn them down so badly,
Right.
so I get that.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I wish they
I
hadn't
thought it
closed
was-
that early, but you know what?
We got through a lot of it the next day.
Yeah.
In between panels, we had so
There
many.
weren't that many. There wasn't that big of a artist alley or vendor area that
No.
you couldn't have got through. I mean, I think I walked it like 3 full times.
Well,
But
we can't
was
do
on-
that because we talk too much.
Yeah, I
So
know.
we got about
We talk too much? What are you talking about?
2/3
Shut
of the
up.
way through, and then we had to leave. But we didn't. So we didn't get to finish. But
Talking.
I never finished talking. But
I was starving.
But yes,
Tired.
Molly broke down. That was when
Did
she
she?
hit the wall and
I cried.
she cried.
Saturday? Did you?
She was
Sunday?
hungry on Sunday, and so I got her some protein and changed her clothes
I
and
didn't
what
get
she was going
lunch.
to travel in.
I
You know
You were
what?
too busy podcasting the other
She
day.
acts like
Being a big star.
we deny her.
I know.
We do
Okay,
not deny.
Like her, it's rough.
She got Chipotle for lunch,
Yeah,
but I
hey.
brought snacks. I had healthy
Right.
protein
the only
snacks.
thing I got was almost a whole beef stick.
Grass fed, by the way.
I guess they were saying that like
No,
by the
not
end,
good.
Jenna was dead. They got Sunday.
And
She was,
one-
Oh, she was just a mess.
oh,
Yeah.
shit. Well, she was.
And that's
Was that
all
her?
I
How many
had.
has she been at?
I never see her.
She
This
doesn't do as
This
many.
was her first North American.
Oh,
Really?
I was going to say because I know the
Good
other
thing
ones
she didn't
are,
start with Wizard World because those are even more people. That's funny. I didn't know that was her first. Huh.
That was her first North American. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
that she didn't do any of the ones in
Oh, sure.
England. So
Right.
Who?
I mean, if she,
Jenna Coleman.
my thought is she will probably after she gets done with the show will go to try and be in movies and probably move it, which will probably be smart for her.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, since she dates, God, I can't think of his name, but he was the guy who played Rob in Game of Thrones. He
Okay.
was already over here doing a show, and he'll probably, I mean, if he doesn't do movies,
Right.
he's got to do something. I'm sure he'll be into something.
Well, and they're loving Karen Gillan over here, so it's natural that they'll look to Doctor Who now.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
So I'm sure she'll have a nice career
She
out
was
of that.
she
She's
was
good, too.
very nice, and she was so funny. Cause, Molly, our little podcaster who talks to everybody.
Stage fright.
She
She fangirls.
Yeah.
just sat there going.
Did you fangirl?
Fangirl. Yeah, she
And
did.
it would go, Molly, what did you want to ask Jenna?
What if it had been Matt Smith?
Oh no, she would have. She
I
would have
would've-
turned into a puddle.
What if it was David Duchovny?
Okay, I would have turned into a puddle.
Mommy, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Talk right now.
What if it was Mini-Me?
Can't make eye contact. Okay, Molly stood in front of him, drooling and staring and trying to.
How do you not?
Just because, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've
You're
seen
the-
him pee in a corner
you're the dude
after
peeing in a
watching
corner.
that reality show, that I can't look at him the same way now.
I do have to say, meeting Edward James Olmos was one of those. I mean, I wasn't starstruck, but it was
Almost?
cool. That was the one I walked away and I was like, that was so cool meeting him.
Right.
He's pretty cool. And Lou Ferrigno too. You know, he's accessible, but he was a really cool guy.
Yes.
You know?
Seems nice.
Yeah.
It starts.
Yep.
No, it's every-
Yeah. Like I said, Brett Dalton. We just ended up interviewing him. He was so nice. You know, get him now before he becomes super famous.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when it's like, you know,
I
then they
get
turn
it
into
now.
Bieber. Did you hear about that Bieber roast?
No.
They,
just
on,
made
you know,
it.
Comedy Central does airs those roasts. Bieber wanted them to roast him.
Oh, what
Which
an
is a good.
idiot.
I might need it. Let me see if I can
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'll be right back.
So yeah,
Talk amongst yourself.
they did a roast of Bieber,
Okay.
and they put a bunch of the jokes online, and I actually didn't think they were that good. I thought that most of the
They
stuff
could
was
have been way better.
Oh, I thought
you
most of
know,
the jokes
it's
were
already
lame.
been said, though.
Yeah, I found it kind of weak, but some of them were good. But the dominant thing was people saying, "I don't understand why we're roasting you. That you paid to have it done, so I'm just here for more exposure." I mean, that happened more than once on there. So it's like that. You don't hear them saying that when they're roasting Harrison Ford or
B.
you know, B. Arthur. Yeah, isn't she dead?
I wish we could repeat what he said about B. Arthur.
Who?
Oh, no, it was the other ones. And B. Arthur was sitting there.
Oh, right. Yeah, no. We're not going to repeat that.
What is
Um,
it?
Oh, it's
We're not
so
going to
wrong.
repeat that.
But it's so funny, but so wrong.
Yes.
I'll tell you next year when you're 9.
When you're 9.
I have to wait that long?
Yep.
I'm almost 8.
Not quite. You can't claim it for another few hours, so hold
A few
tight.
hours.
to
8:06
7.
tomorrow night.
8:06 tomorrow night.
No, you won't let me play
Nope.
it.
Can I call
29
it?
hours from now.
No covering.
So,
Just let us have our argument about my coloring.
okay.
Amongst
We can do that.
Talk amongst yourself.
Talk amongst myself, I can do that. You know I can always do that.
He's doing it right now.
So it looks like we've got some new artwork up here. That's pretty cool.
There's one over there.
Well, that one's been there. And then the middle one is... Did Quincy do that middle one? Or? Okay. And those are new.
They probably just tuck them in the back of the frame and rotate them.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Because otherwise they'd fill the walls with them, I'm sure.
You got to do some more.
It's another mushroom.
Okay.
Well, I still need my water, so I'm going to get some.
What do you want to say about, what else do you have to say about Indiana?
No,
It
I
was
just
so
thought.
awesome.
Did you get to meet anybody cool, like any of the artists? Was there anyone that stood out to you? Because like,
No, just-
I thought it was cool meeting. They had a whole row of like old Marvel artists.
They did, yeah.
That was really cool.
It was nice to walk by and see a Lil. I mean, just him being more into it. I mean, which was great. He's like, oh, this guy's here, and that guy's here.
Oh,
I thought,
I thought you meant like I got to meet a Lil.
No.
Chris, you meet him every
I meet him
Saturday
every
night.
Saturday
We
night, no.
hang out with him a little.
we hang out with him a lot. No, I thought his reaction was really good because I didn't know
You didn't know
much
who they
about.
were.
I had heard of. Is it Bob O'Neill?
Yeah.
Bob O'Neill. I knew who that was, and it just. I mean, I thought it was just really
Jim
interesting.
Stanko was there.
Yeah. I mean, when he went kind of crazy about it, I thought that was neat to see.
meant it to, like,
But you know, they were all very nice people. It's good just to touch base with people
Yeah.
and meet them. And
Did you get to meet the guy, the really old guy? He was on the end about Bill something. I have his name at home. I can't think what it is.
the Ghost Hunter dude or the
No. This guy, he's a Marvel artist. He did the Flame, and the Human Flame, and
Oh, wow.
Captain America. We're talking like 40s.
Right.
That was cool to meet him.
You don't
That's
want
neat.
water?
And his wife said that this was the first, con he had done. He doesn't usually do that.
right.
And I got to talk to him for a minute and everything. It was really cool, And
Where are they from? Are they in Indiana?
I think they're from there.
There.
Yeah.
Let's see, because it seemed like they got a lot of people that wouldn't go to other
Right.
cons because maybe it was a local thing, maybe it was a.
Well, that's
knows?
the
It was
big
nice.
thing. You know, Artist Alley, that's what you really find is Artist Alley is different at all of them.
Yes.
Right.
'cause
The
you
celebrities,
want your
sure,
ones
Matt
that-
Smith is going to go to anyone that he can.
Right, sure.
But the Artist Alley guys, that's where you find out who the local guy is.
Sure.
You know, yeah, Chicago, New York, you're going to get Artist Alley from all over the country.
Right.
But Indianapolis, you're probably getting a lot more localized.
Oh, sure.
Madison, localized.
Because there's a lady who does a book that I got at Wizard World in Chicago. Her pen name's C.S. Marks. She wrote like a nice little trilogy. It was really nice, and I was kind of hoping that she would be at this one.
Okay.
But I understand that she was at Raleigh. She was
Okay.
at Wizard World. I think she does all the Wizard Worlds for
Okay.
whatever. So
Yeah.
it was nice. It just, it's somebody I met and had a nice conversation with the last time I was there. Yeah, there were some really, it was nice people. And nice to see some of the, like those backpack people. Like that we ran
Oh,
into,
yeah,
I think,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
Equilibrium.
really kind of, Equilibrium, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really neat. So just
Yeah.
'cause you never see that.
I thought that was, to me it was that part of it that was really cool is seeing the difference in who was in Artist Alley. Because
sure.
like the Chicago ones, we kind of know a lot of them.
Yes.
We
have
kind
our
of recognize
people.
them. Yeah.
Sure.
And even when we went up to Madison, some of them were there.
Right.
There were some here, like the Saturn sisters were here.
Yeah,
Right.
we love the Saturn.
Yeah.
You know?
Hi guys, we're bringing you cupcakes for your birthday.
Yeah. But it was just really cool. To me, it was that row
And they're
of
from
Marvel
here, right?
guys.
They're from here?
They're from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
what she
row
said
of
the
Marvel
same
guys
thing.
was just
The Saturn sisters
pretty
are from
amazing.
here.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
They're from the.
Where are they from?
I thought she said they were from here, from like the north side.
Yeah, I believe they are.
One of them is maybe.
I thought they lived somewhere like Nashville or somewhere, and they do all the different ones.
I don't know.
I don't know. But who was it that we saw that was from the north side? Because there was somebody else we talked to.
North side.
North side. I mean,
You're so street.
I don't know how to do this.
I know you
just
don't
did,
know how-
I just did hang 10.
is this
Yeah.
along with the hanging tough
Yeah.
video?
Yeah. yeah.
This is up there. So, no, it's nice to touch base with people.
I'm gonna try.
There's the
Look
Bloods,
at-
the Crips, and the Short Bus. That's what
right.
Martha's on.
I'm on the short
Yo-Yo,
bus.
the Bats from Plot of Warriors reference. Well, that lady who did the laser edge coffee mugs. That's from Kenosha. The one that did the laser edge coffee mugs. I don't know if I showed
Oh
you.
yeah, you told me about.
Which was really neat. So I mean, and they're
I didn't
close by.
see those though. Those are
They're
cool.
good.
you
Yeah,
said.
they took logos, and I maybe want to sell them here, but I thought it was a neat thing. Like I saw them the first day,
Yeah.
and kind of went, maybe it's not something I want because I saw stuff. I was looking more at Doctor Who for here.
Yeah.
And then when I went back on Sunday morning, I looked and I saw they had a bunch of Doctor Who stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. So
Yeah. Well, Doctor Who and Walking Dead are two that you want to have at every booth at the
Yes.
con because that's
Yes.
what's going to sell. This
Yes,
wasn't
fill in
a huge Walking Dead. There's some of these cons we've gone to have been like every booth you go to in Artist Alley. That's all they're doing is zombifying
But there
everything.
wasn't a Walking Dead person there. The two biggest draws were Doctor Who and Star Wars.
Star Wars,
So
yeah.
everybody had something Star Wars. Everybody.
Yeah,
Some way or some other that they could
but they
sign.
always Star Wars is always
Yeah.
dominant. I always see all the toys and. So that didn't seem out of place to me. There seemed to be a little bit more Star Wars cosplay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always Star Wars cosplay, but it did seem a little more dominant. And not as much Doctor Who as we've seen in the past.
No.
But it
There was
was
a lot
still
of
the
those, though.
dominant. It's still the dominant
Sure.
property.
Well, it's a very.
I'm surprised we didn't see more Ultron.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, that movie is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure we'd see more of that kind of cosplay. There was some.
There was a little bit, but it was all.
It was a real mixed
there
bag,
was
though.
a-
There was a
much
lot of
more-
games. There was a lot of.
Yeah, there was a lot of game stuff.
Yeah.
Game stuff, and a lot of. I mean,
But
there was
did
a lot
you
of
notice-
Doctor Who hybrid, which is always the case, and then.
Did you notice, like, a lot of like gaming type panels? They had that big game room.
Right. Well, the game room, everybody has that. Everybody
Yeah.
has a game room of one which is former the other, but there were a lot of. I
lot
would
of
say
game
game geeks that were out there.
cosplay
There
and
was
a
a
lot
lot
of-
of game cosplay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm great with that. But
I thought the cosplay was really good.
I did
actually.
too.
Especially for the numbers, it was really high. There was a lot
Yeah.
of good stuff. So
The other thing I noticed was the audiences, because we did 3 panels
Right.
there, and the audiences were very polite and
Yes.
very.
well, I don't know not on the cage match. It
Oh
got
yeah,
a
they
little,
were.
It got a little
They
rough
were,
at the
but
end.
they were
got
though.
a
They're
little
so
rough at
long.
the
They
end.
were. They were sitting there, raising their hand. And
The worst
and
was when I
everybody
told the guy
very-
he looked like Don Johnson. That kind of
Yes.
ticked him
He
off.
was not happy about that.
Oh, what do I
Guess what?
care?
No, I
He
know.
did look like Don Johnson.
It was funny, but he
Bring it,
didn't know
dude,
who
so-
that was, and he was like, I thought I would look good. Like he was really not dressed
You
up
did
for that.
if you were Don Johnson in the 80s.
What
but-
is
the
it?
unintentional
Saturn Sisters
cosplay.
thing?
What? Unintentional
That's
cosplay.
unintentional cosplay.
That's our new
Was.
show.
Oh
What?
my god, that would be awesome. We'll just
That's
take
our new
pictures.
panel. Unintentional cosplay.
No, it's a website, and you just do pictures. And you just
Unintentional
of people like that we
cosplay.
think are. That's awesome.
Love
got
it.
Because Rob has a thing that he's always called, "Hey, look at that guy."
I'll do a Facebook
It
page.
would fit on
Yeah.
that. It
Unintentional
would fit
cosplay.
under that. Hey, look at that guy. But it would be
And not bad
unintentional
in a
cosplay.
good way. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
look at
unintentional.
What
this.
are their names?
Who?
The Saturn sisters.
Sarah Saturn and Left Eye Saturn.
Are you putting left
I don't know if I'm right on that one.
Lisa Left Eye.
Yeah.
Saturn.
No, there's actually.
She's got a fried egg in her
Sarah
glasses.
Saturn.
What was that about? Remember when they do that?
Who knows?
I don't.
Sarah Saturn and. I wanna
Jupiter.
say
Jupiter. No,
You know,
it's-
you know where I'm going to go with the next one, so. Right to the toilet.
yeah. Uranus.
Oh, you want to talk about my skirt some more? Because we can
No.
do that.
Well,
No.
Speaking of turlet.
speaking of the toilet, so. No, but it was, I mean, I thought that's one thing I heard more comments about just sitting there.
Oh, I
were
spelled
people
it
liking,
wrong. That's why.
how liking the cosplay a lot.
Yeah.
And people were always into a lot of pictures. There was a lot of good.
There was a lot
A lot
of
of good
stuff.
doctors. There were a lot of good. I saw a ton of Osgoods, which was great.
Oh, here's
A
their
ton of
Indiana
Osgoods, which was
Comic-Con.
cool. So
I saw a bunch of Oz.
Here's their Indiana Comic Con.
Yeah, it was overall it was really good cosplay. And you know, Chicago, once again, we see a lot of the Chicago cosplay.
Right.
You've got these groups. You've got Chicago cosplay. You've got We Are Cosplay. There's a couple others that are
Sure.
these big groups.
before you
And
get
they
the
all-
500 first, you get everybody. You
They're
know,
all exceptional.
sure.
And you get, I mean, really amazing cosplay. This, I didn't know the groups.
No.
And it didn't seem like they were really groups. It seemed like individuals, a lot
If
of
they
them.
live here,
And
how come they
really
haven't come
had
to
good
Blue
ones.
Box
Who?
before?
Who?
The Saturn sisters.
I don't know. Maybe they don't like you.
Molly Grace, you have dropped the ball. I blame you.
Delivered to.
Where's your promotional skills? Because you're
Because
always
they're
recording.
your friends.
Hey,
right.
who thought to record dinner?
Yep. Yep.
That was. It'll be interesting to hear what that turns
Oh,
out.
I know it's a train wreck. I can tell you right now.
That's okay. Not unlike our show right now.
Not unlike every show we do.
That's right.
That's not true.
Boo.
We're hurting a little bit. We sucked a lot. So.
One
Yeah.
of ours was good
What?
at one time.
What was good?
What? No, they've all been good.
No,
But-
she goes. None of our shows are good. I said, no. One was good once. We had one.
No,
good.
just none of them with you, Mom.
Oh, hey,
Not
boom, boom.
with you,
Yeah.
Dad.
No, you
Cuckoo
can't. It
for
doesn't
who,
work.
not starring.
It doesn't work when you do that.
Yep.
Host emeritus.
Yeah.
So.
So,
This is lethargic coming.
oh my
Well, you
god.
know what? We have spent a lot of time together, so we
Haven't
probably
we?
we probably
A
blew.
little
We
too
probably
much.
not too.
No.
I'm not saying too much. We spent a lot. I was saying we
We had a long weekend.
we.
We had a
It
long
feels like a
weekend.
month ago.
Well, no, you know what?
Doesn't
I'll
seem
does,
like that
but
was
it's
just
a
last
part of it
weekend.
is
Yeah.
usually we have a lot of subjects that are rolling through our heads.
Right.
Right now, I've got one subject, which is we got this weekend. So as we're sitting here and we're talking, I'm still thinking.
Oh yeah.
When do we have to be here? What do we have to do for this? Do we have everything lined up for this?
Right. What about my float?
What about
Things
your
like
flow?
that.
Yeah.
Got that going through my
That's-
head.
Seriously, you should just
Okay,
get a
stop.
root beer float and put it on a truck and drive it down.
No,
this is
I
your
need
float.
a little to dress up for.
No, come on. That
I need a little to dress up the Flash.
The flash.
Spandex.
You want him to flash the audience? That's not going to do any good
No.
promotion.
you don't go to jail for that.
Yeah.
Won't they lock you up and throw
I
away the
didn't
key?
say flash.
Fleshlight. We're
As
going
long
back
as,
to the fleshlight.
as long as Captain Cole doesn't show up. It's shrinkage.
Sit down. Out of my bubble. I got my bubble here.
Okay.
It's not. That's funny.
Oh, man.
You never know. Hey,
You never know.
isn't he going to have him break out the Halloween costume early? Yeah, he was looking. There was a. Did you hear the story about that? The doctor who U.S. America or USA, where they're the ones who have the store and the museum in Indy, and they were trying to do a Kickstarter to try and help fund some stuff to help the museum along.
Okay.
But they didn't make it, and then now they're doing a GoFundMe.
Wait, for what?
Doctor Who America, that's the one with the booth when we first walked in that had
Yeah.
all the doctors up on that thing.
Yeah.
They're based out of Indianapolis.
Okay.
They're like on the west side, so not too
West
far
side.
from
There you go.
They are
but
west
it's
side.
still not the
Still not hang 10?
No.
No, it's not.
Hanging top?
And they have a Doctor Who museum. I guess they have like a small space. It's a mail order business. They have some room, but they have like a small.
Really, because Martha was a mail order bride, so that fits.
Yes.
Hello, boom, boom. But no, they have this. They have like a museum. And I guess that's the place that you told me last year that they sent everybody. So the Doctor Who, the Doctor Who museum that
Yes,
people left.
I remember that.
You were telling me that people were sent there. That was you, was it not?
Yes, it was. She saw it on the internet or something.
Right.
Yep.
Thanks. Good job. Way to remember.
I got nothing.
4 days ago. Thank you.
She doesn't remember that we were in Indiana, so.
Indiana? Gary, Indiana?
Very Indiana.
No, but so they're out of Indy, and they guess they have this old office space. I'm sorry, what's up?
Everything except for China is decaf.
Yes, correct. Everything with China. Jasmine is, yeah, they're all herbal. So, and so they were trying to do a Kickstarter to raise some money to redo some lights and to try and keep things, I say more afloat. They do it as a thing to add on to their business, not as a moneymaker. And it didn't work, and now they're trying to do a GoFundMe. Okay. So I retweeted it, I put it on Facebook again. So because I started following them after the con, because they were really nice people.
Yeah.
They were, they do the typical BBC stuff. They just kind of, I hate to say regurgitate. That's not the right word to use.
It kind of is.
Well, they're the distributor of the BBC licensed stuff.
Yeah.
So, kind of like Alien Entertainment is, and there's another one, the other Doctor Who booth that was there. The three of them were.
Yeah.
So they were the first one when you walked in, and they had all the merchandise everywhere?
When you went from the photo op, the first one that was there, they had all the banners of all the doctors.
Okay.
And it was a nice store. They had a lot of the stuff. I mean, they had the hoodie I bought for Kathleen, and they had the licensed stuff. It was good. They were super, super nice. But I feel bad that somebody has to go through that. But like they want to build get a business, but I guess they want to buy a building and the bank wants 100K and they don't have 100K, so what do? So they keep renting. I mean, I guess that's the problem with every business. It's how to figure it out.
How to figure out
how to make it work and how to make money. I mean, it's obvious that they're making money selling stuff, but I don't think they're making that much.
Yeah, enough to support a business.
Well,
when they figured out how to make money, they could let us know.
Well, and everybody has Doctor Who, even Walgreens, and you know what I mean? Like literally everywhere I
was
now.
at Barnes and Noble, and they had
they have a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know what? They've put in an area because they had the toys and games, and then I saw the Doctor Who stuff. Now they have an area that has like really good like geek stuff. Like there's a company that makes Funko makes the bobbleheads.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
They're not
Pop Vinyls.
Pop Vinyls,
Right,
yes.
Pop Vinyls. Well, they also did
Bobbleheads
bobbleheads,
move
but they originally did like bobbleheads.
Right.
But there's a company that makes the same kind of vinyl things, but they're big. It's a Japanese company. I saw a Groot that it's probably 16 inches tall. No, probably less. Probably 12 inches. But it's really cool. But their stuff has like almost like a glittery thing to it. It's weird. They carry those now at Barnes & Noble. They had a Spider-Man in the black outfit that was amazing.
That's Venom, right?
Well, no. This is the Spider-Man from Spider-Man 2 before, when it wasn't Venom, when he was still Spider-Man with the black outfit.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that outfit attaches itself to Eddie Brock and becomes Venom.
Okay.
So, Spider-Man talk. So,
hey, imagine that.
Yeah. So they had that. They had these really cool vinyl guys. They were like squarish, boxish, and they were like 3 inches tall, and they looked like They almost looked like Legos, like blocks.
Right.
But they had all the superheroes and everything. And the Batman one was cool. The coolest thing I saw there was, you know what Domo is? You know what the Domo? They do. No. They look like monsters. Domo is like a monster where he's like a rectangle. And he's all brown, and he's got like a big, wide open mouth with teeth.
Right.
I'm sure you've seen.
Probably
Domo.
have seen it. I just can't remember.
They had a Domo Batman. by
cool.
Pop Vinyl.
Right.
Oh, it was the greatest. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And they had a 66 Batmobile.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Barnes & Noble stepping it up on that stuff.
Well, I think
and the
they're trying
prices
to-
were good.
I
But
think they're
that's my
trying to get-
point is that
Yeah.
when
It's
you
everywhere.
can get it everywhere and it's not a...
Yeah, but you can't get everything everywhere. That's
No,
like,
you
I
got to
think,
search for this stuff.
I think that's what they do is they did like those the little doll, the mini dolls that
Like the Doctor Who ones?
Doctor Who ones.
Yeah,
that-
those are hard to find. Certainly hard to find if when there's the blind box.
Right.
You know? Because like we were buying Molly the Doctor Who, they're not Legos, it's the other company that was making all the Doctor Who ones. And they're cool, the minifigures are great, but they're all
But
sold
they're
blind box.
impossible to buy.
Right.
So you
build,
buy
so.
6, no, I'm talking just the figures. You buy like, 6 bags and 4 of them are the same character. It's like,
Right.
when you're talking like $4 a bag or $5
sure.
a bag,
It-
that's
that-
not right.
Well, that's why they did, like what they did at Alien Entertainment did. And I totally agree. You get the
I like
Tom Baker or
Matt
the
Smith.
you get the Tom Baker or the Matt Smith. You're going to sell that for $15 and you're going to sell the regular
Right.
ones for $8. So
Nothing
I mean,
wrong
I
with
got
that.
lucky with that Clockwork guy, that
Yeah, you
rare
did.
Clockwork guy. That was
Yeah.
good. I think the guy wanted to buy it from me.
Yeah.
I almost was going to trade him that for
$70.
$2. I was going to trade him that for $2 and see how it goes. So.
Yeah.
Because
So
there was
did
a
you bring
one
those
in
here? Did you bring those
Not
guys
yet.
here?
We have other things we have to get up here. We're gonna put another TV in, so we have pictures that we bought at Wizard World that we haven't put up
Oh,
yet.
you gotta put those up.
We got
sure.
some watercolors. Like I don't know if you remember, there was like they were kind of like letter shaped, and there was one with Matt Smith and
Yes.
one with the lieutenant. They were really really nice.
Did you
So-
get one of those that was the words?
No, I talked to him though. I'm
man,
gonna
I
work on
wanna
that.
get
too.
one of those.
I
Those
do
are
too.
cool.
Well, I talked to the guy. I said, "Do you do 4?" He's like, "Well, I don't do any classic Who." I'm like, "Dude, if you did 4, you'd sell a ton of them."
Oh.
Like, you don't have to do every
Think
one.
about
I
the
go, but
scarf, just with the words all
yeah.
the way down the scarf. That's a done deal.
it would be huge. I mean, or that, and you do maybe not do one,
To me,
maybe
that's
do
a
one.
no-brainer. It
Yeah,
seems
Yeah.
Well, because I
weird,
asked him, I
but
said, "Do you do other ones?" He's like,
That
Yeah.
seems really strange.
But all of them were cool. Like there was, like the one for Supernatural was the car
Yes.
with the 2 guys. It's like that's cool. The X-Files was cool. Doctor Who's were all cool.
X-Files are cool.
They were nice, but it was.
I didn't
thought it
Did
was
you see the
expensive for
guy?
a-
There was another guy that I got his card. He had one that looks like I can't think of his name. The artist I like a lot, Marth, that I talk about every once in a while. He
Oh, I don't.
he did
I
Mad
tuned you
Men.
out, so I
We
won't.
all tuned
He did
out.
Mad Men.
Alex Ross.
No, but good guess because you know 2 names.
I
and
do.
that's one of
I
them.
know. I know.
Oh, Mike
I know
Allred.
McFarlane.
Okay, right.
Okay, I love McFarlane. I love Mike Allred's work, and this kind of reminded me of that in that type of style, that like almost like 50s, 60s Buck Rogers
Sure.
look, Jim O'Keefe look. Well, this guy did that, and he had one that had a TARDIS like crashed onto the moon.
Yes.
And then like aliens all around
Yes.
it. They all look like 50s sci-fi aliens.
Yes.
That was an awesome
That was
print.
cool.
That was an awesome one. It'd be cool to get some of those things and put those up. I like the guy that did the what was that called? Well, not wood cutting. The one who did the
the
thing where he makes
etching.
the stamps.
They
Oh, I love
they
see
etch
his?
into the wood and then they make a and then they press
They
it.
put it on
in
a press
machine.
and they do it like
Oh, so cool.
like a printing press.
Right.
And they put ink on it, so they're making like a big stamp. But he
Right.
did one of a big one of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was so awesome. You did meet him.
Yes.
You went and talked to him.
Which
You
guy
and I
was
talked
it?
to him. I don't know. It was a
He
guy
had a
that had.
huge
He's the guy that had
The
thing
press
that looked
thing.
like a stamp.
He had the Shake-Ups in Ponyville guy with him, didn't he? Or was
Okay,
it-
No.
I know exactly.
Different
But I know
guy.
who you're.
Okay.
That's
I
a
know who you're
different
talking
guy.
about. Yes.
But what about we met the guy that did the poetry?
That guy was great.
We gotta
He's gonna
get
come.
him in here,
Yeah,
yeah.
come for May 16th. Yeah.
We're coming to have him make
He did a
16.
book of he did a poem for every single episode of Doctor Who.
And for the mini
Since the
episodes, he
beginning.
did haikus.
Haikus for the mini episodes.
Yep.
He was,
And he had
That's
another
awesome.
book of Torchwood.
yeah.
And he's coming here.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to
We're gonna
get
get him to do poems for every single episode
He's
on South
from
Media
Elkhart,
Group, so we
Indiana.
better get busy.
See, I was paying attention.
Oh,
were.
that's
Not
too
that far.
No, he said he can make it
And his
out.
buddy who wants to be a podcaster, remember?
Yep.
We sucked them all in.
Yep.
The guy even the next morning, hey, how you doing? You doing that podcast today? I'm like, yes, we are. So.
Yep.
There
Yep.
are mini episodes of Doctor Who.
There
Oh
are.
yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
5,
Well, you
6,
saw
7.
you saw the Time the Doctor one, the one
Oh,
with
yeah.
There's also isn't there
McGann?
there's a series with
That's the McGann one,
Yeah,
right?
McGann. That's a good one. There's a
Fabulous.
series with Rory and Amy too.
Right, that's what's called Night of the Doctor.
Is that what it's
Like
called?
their night with the Doctor or something. And
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
they're good.
That's a good one too.
Did you see the mini episode that was like the add-on to Angels Take Manhattan,
No.
where he goes back and writes a letter to his dad?
No.
Oh my gosh! You need to see
Really?
that. Oh, it's amazing. They do.
Showing your-
It was part of the script, and they didn't film it. But
But then they-
Rory sends a letter to his father.
Wow.
And so, I'm not going to talk about it. You
Yeah,
need
no,
to see it.
gotta see
it's
it.
It's amazing because it's
Gotta see it.
It's got
Where do you see those online?
yeah. It's what is it called when you block it out and you draw it? I can't remember what the term for it is. Like,
Storyboard?
The storyboard. They storyboard it.
Okay.
So it's got Rory. It's got
Wow.
the dad and all that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Did you see the little one? It was a joke, but the one for the Olympics they did,
Yes.
where the guy ran into the TARDIS and was like, they landed right on the track in the
Yeah.
middle of the Olympics. Hello.
Hey. And all those Red Nose Day episodes they do, like
Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson is good. And the one with David Tennant and Peter Davison's great.
Yeah, it's
Like
all
looking
good.
at each other. Yeah.
We'll have to start watching
Well,
those.
there's one with I can't think of his name. I'm drawing a blank.
Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, David Tennant.
Who plays John
Bert
Barrowman.
Convey.
John Barrowman, where he's talking
Okay.
and doing a tour of people on the TARDIS set.
Yeah.
And David walks up and goes, "What are you doing on my TARDIS?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. We were just looking around." It's kind of funny.
That's funny.
It's really good. It's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this, and this is where we do this and that." And David Tennant's like, "What are you doing on my TARDIS?"
That's good.
Like I could draw a blank about John Barrowman. That's bad.
This reminds me of that commercial.
What?
What this
The
music?
cling wrap commercial.
Why?
It ain't got a thing if it ain't got that
Like,
cling.
got that claim, yes.
How does this remind
Marketing works well on me, a little too well.
How does it?
As long as it goes, that's good.
It's they took that song and made it a commercial for.
So you're not on This Week in Geek. We're doing that Friday, right? Yeah,
We do that Friday because it switched.
So there's lots of news already this week, but are you a Ninja Turtle fan?
No, I haven't really paid attention to why. What's going on there?
Well, it just broke today. Spoiler: one of the 4 turtles dies in the new issue. Yeah, it's like they'd be like, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Donatello. Spoiler: Donatello.
Donatello.
Yep.
Is
So they're
that-
telling people.
Is that like
Well, yeah, because the issue's about to come out. It's
is
not
that
like
buckwheat? Buckwheat saves. Buckwheat
Yes.
is
Oh, that
dead.
was awesome.
Yeah. I've been shot. Yeah.
Yeah, they could have done so much on the 40th with him on that, and they didn't do anything.
Nothing.
Just-
Gumby. Well, how did Gumby not show up?
exactly. Well, he didn't want to do anything, and they,
Mr. Robinson.
Mr. Robinson. Well, who is it?
Yeah. None of that happened.
They showed a clip, but they didn't show that. So,
Yeah.
Did you watch the latest Walking Dead?
oh yeah, of course. Yes.
Did you watch the latest Better Call Saul?
No,
No,
we
no, we
haven't.
didn't-
We
didn't
haven't.
see the
We're one
latest.
behind.
Did you see the one with Mike?
So, we'll bleep. No, I have not. So,
No, we looked
The
together,
Mike
part of
one
it.
is it good?
so good. The
I've
whole
heard that.
episode is about Mike. It's
Is it?
backstory. Yeah.
It's
And
fantastic.
it's so good. Like,
It's such a great show. It's
It
amazing.
is.
fills
It
in
really
things
is.
and gives you perspective. I mean, they
Yeah,
really did
Curtis
an
Costner.
incredible job with it.
And into
I will say you can tell that they're having fun writing these
Oh, yeah.
characters.
absolutely. Look at that.
What is this music?
I don't know. It's Lindsay's music. I don't know what she does. It's crazy. So, yeah, but shit's about to go down.
On which
Walking
one?
Dead.
It did already.
It
Oh,
did,
yeah.
but no.
But no, it's gonna get worse.
No, shit's about to go down.
Now
It's
we're
gonna
about
be,
to go Breaking Bad. Like it's about.
There's only
to
2 more episodes.
Right.
And
Counterculture
Yeah.
is about to break bad.
You
It
think?
has broken
We're
back.
gonna have a fist
we're gonna
fight.
The toilet's
have
gone down.
we're gonna have a cliffhanger on Walking Dead.
Oh, somebody's, yeah.
There's gonna be a cliffhanger. I'm still like everyone keeps
Got
talking
blue
about
hair.
it.
As we're just sitting here watching cosplayers come
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
everyone keeps talking about how it's going to be, it's leading to Negan, it's leading to Negan, and I'm excited for Negan to come too. But you know what? We got a whole lot of story in Alexandria before Negan shows up.
Oh my gosh, it's just fantastic.
Right.
And I'm so excited for the spin-off.
I would say we're going to see Negan. The soonest is mid-season next year.
Sure.
That's where I think you're going to have what's going to happen at the end of this is going to lead to the Alexandria story. The beginning part of next year is going to be that whole Rick and his guys in Alexandria and what goes down.
See, because
that lead into Negan.
I've never read it, so I just surmise. I mean, I can
I
only surmise how bad it's going to be for people of Alexandria because
it's so bad.
And
the
Carol
thing
is killing me.
She's
Carol and
incredible.
that kid.
She's just
my
like sitting
God.
there. She's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to kill them all. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you're just gonna have to kill them. It's like she doesn't even care anymore. It's like,
No.
as ruthless as everybody thinks Rick is, she's the
Oh my
most
gosh,
ruthless.
she's
of
the
them all.
worst.
Well, yeah.
And I love her. I love her so
Because
much.
spoiler alert, she,
Yeah. But but with that kid too, and she's like, go away, why are you here? And he's like, I need you to show me how to make cookies. And she's like, you steal me the chocolate and I'll teach you how to make cookies. You know?
I wonder if it seems bizarre, but they have not focused on Daryl a lot this season. I wonder if they're going to kill Daryl.
no.
Shut
I'll
up.
tell you why. I'll tell you why I wonder.
Bite your tongue, young man.
Because they don't like it when you feel a character is safe, and
That's what I think. Yeah, I don't know.
they're
You
not
really
going to kill.
think they're gonna kill
well,
him?
here's why. We all love Daryl so much. When they do a lot of stories with him, you're very you don't want to see him go. If they kill him at the height of that, there'd be so much backlash. But right now
He's out on the road. He's out of there.
Yeah, but they're
separate-
starting a storyline with him with the bike. He's building the motorcycle.
that doesn't mean anything.
It's already done. He built the motorcycle in the last episode.
I missed that.
The second to last scene is him leaving on the motorcycle.
Did I miss all of that?
Yeah, what do you? Yeah, it's
Wait,
on.
when was it? Did we see
on this
one?
episode. It's just in this last episode.
Yeah, we saw this episode.
Daryl gets in the bike and leaves, and then Rick walks back.
Wait. The last episode.
was when
Carol tells you two.
when they make cookies.
They make the kid cookies, and then
And
Rick
then she
walks by and
finds
talks to
out
the
that-
wife.
Yes.
Is beating Daryl. She's cleaning up.
Yeah.
Well, I thought she was cleaning up where they built the bike.
Yeah, I was
but
too. I thought so,
in that
too.
episode, he's already built the bike. He's on the chopper, and they leave.
I don't remember the chopper at all.
Oh yeah.
We must have been distracted with that.
Yeah, and have you seen the stuff for the robes? I saw a
She's having a
picture this
photo
week
shoot
for that new DC robes thing.
Yeah.
And it showed they've added Dominic Purcell, the guy from Heatwave from The Flash.
Right.
And not my favorite actor.
60s,
I
go.
really like the one who played his brother on Prison Break. But he was.
Yes.
I didn't love him on Prison Break.
No.
I didn't love him in Flash. Heatwave or whatever his name is. It's all right.
He's okay.
But seeing the picture of him and saying he's on that Rogues show, I don't know. I was just like, yep, I'm so in. Because you read about it, but as soon as I saw the picture that said they've added Heatwave, I was like, yes.
Well,
They've got
it'll be
Captain Cold on there.
It'll be the right venue for him as opposed to
It's going to be awesome.
being the NA guy. So
I don't care if he's even a big part of it.
Right.
Just knowing that show, now I'm like, oh, I'm so in for this show.
I'm just wondering when they're going to meet saturation on all this stuff.
Never.
I hope. Well, I don't want to say
Walking
never,
Dead?
but
No, I
well, no,
can't
but
have
there's.
it.
I mean,
With all the
there's,
superhero stuff?
Yeah,
you know
just
what?
kinda-
Here's the thing. I have to talk about this a lot.
right.
I don't know if they actually will reach the saturation point that you think. I think that, and I really do believe that Marvel is the reason.
Right.
Because Marvel is making the experience so diverse.
Sure.
The reason that action movies were the big thing, all those big 80s action movies, but you know what, when you boil them down,
It's the same thing.
it's the same movie over and over.
No, and
Science fiction stories, yeah, I love science fiction,
I
but
agree with you.
for a while they were all Star Wars derivatives. Or Star Trek derivatives.
Well, they all are. It's Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars. I mean, it's all the same
Right.
thing. So
But you get, if you look at the Marvel movies, yeah, you've got your superhero films, Avengers, big
Sure.
superhero movie. Guardians is pretty different. That's a
Yes.
sci-fi movie.
Well, but you
And then
could
you've got
do those
Captain
different-
America, which is a thriller.
Sure.
Like they're making it diverse. Now with the TV shows, Gotham has its place. The Flash is pure superhero entertainment.
Right, absolutely.
Arrow now is starting to look like, well, that's just Batman's story being retold.
Right.
Even though it's cool.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's unfortunately very much here, bro.
So I think that's why I don't know if we'll reach that saturation
Thank you.
point.
Well, see, what I guess the point I want to make about that is I think there is diversity of story. I think there's a lot there, and there's a lot of the universe that we can. But when are they gonna? I guess I hate to say, when is it gonna become not as mainstream? And then when are they gonna not stop outdoing each other? Because everyone seems like it's like we're gonna do this, and it's gonna make it more fantastical.
when is it?
And so
Yeah.
it's gonna get to be too ridiculous,
Yeah.
where you can get to the point where they could just go by the stories and they could go forever.
Right.
Yeah.
See, once again, I think Marvel's got it right because I think as soon as Marvel reaches that breaking point, then they make a movie that's minimalist.
Sure.
Then they make the Hawkeye movie, the one
yeah.
where he owns the apartment building,
Right.
and it's just this incredible.
Bye,
See you tomorrow,
have a good
thanks.
night.
That's when that happens, and you go, "Oh, we've just redefined the whole thing."
Sure. Well, and I think it could go that way. I think it'd be good because I mean, think about Star Trek. They had a show on for 20-something years,
Yeah,
a prime time
yeah,
show,
Yeah.
and then they overlapped a lot. It's like, how did they do that? And
Yeah.
they didn't kill it down your throat, but they kind of wore out. You're gonna wear out that character after a while because
Right.
you can only do how many times can Riker play the trombone? You know,
Right.
even though they were all good shows, and you get to something different, then they're gonna go, do the
Right.
whole Janeway thing. So. I mean, I know there's different characters, but they all kind of are supposed to interact.
Right.
Right. It's not. I hate to say it's like Dallas, but it's like all these characters are interacting.
Knots Landing.
Yeah, Knots Landing. Exactly.
Landing.
Falcon Crest.
We
Whatever.
don't want them
whatever.
to interact in that way,
Who
though.
sounds going? You might like Doctor Who. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You guys doing all right? Taking pictures and stuff. So cool. So, but yeah, that's I guess that's my concern is that they're going to sit there and overkill all of this and like say, hey, they have to strike, they have to make the killing now because this opportunity will not come again.
right.
And you hate
Well,
to be
the
like that.
interest level is super high.
Sure.
But you know what? Like, look at Marvel. Like they've got their movies announced through 2020, I think
Right.
it is, and they've said that this iteration goes to 2029, I believe. And we talk about it on Enough Said. That's the point where you reboot it.
Right.
But you don't reboot it like, we're just going to rebuild. You just go a completely different approach.
Right.
Boom. That's when I think they'll do Secret Wars and just burn the whole thing to the
Burn
ground, and
it
now
to
it's a
the
new story.
And go.
And you know what? Are we going to want it then? Heck,
Probably.
yeah, we
probably,
are.
yeah. So,
You
look,
know?
they've already redone the redo of. I mean, they're taking movies 10 years old and redoing them. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I just read one the other day that I was laughing at. I'm like, I feel like that movie just came out. And I can't remember what it is. It was something that's getting remade, and it's maybe 10 years old.
Right.
Like,
They're doing it with TV shows.
that's
It's like
crazy.
it's bad.
Like that actor doesn't look older than when the show was on.
No.
How are you rebooting
I mean,
it?
I can understand like 25 or 30 years. I can
Yeah.
understand that totally because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a different generation. The kids don't, the kids these
I
days don't
think-
look at shows that like when we were young. No idea.
I
Like, we
think
talk
they're
about that with
looking
everyone.
at
It's
them-
like, huh? It's like,
Oh, see, now Molly does, because we watch all the old from, like, Leave It to Beaver.
Right.
And all the way up. So she's seen...
You're pretty
Oh,
normal
you know
for
what
that.
I did, though, you guys? Okay. I really screwed up on this one. I showed her Small Wonder, and she liked it. And I was like, no, you're not supposed to like it. You're supposed to
terrible
realize
goodness.
it's...
And it's the best cosplay.
Mal, did you love it?
No, I didn't love it. I liked it. It was okay.
You told me
you have time to
loved
come
it.
back. You
I
can walk
loved
off the
it
ledge.
episode I
Oh,
saw.
she doesn't like the neighbor girl with the hair.
Come back from the edge.
No, you didn't like her hair.
I think it's great cosplay though, because we've seen a couple of times that kids have been dressed as Vicky.
Oh, it would be awesome to play the neighbor kid with the big bangs and the,
Yeah,
hair,
I
the
think
big
my
hair.
friend
It's good.
You'd have
That's
to
the other
put the
thing I've
wig
noticed
on,
with,
big wig.
with the
So we should cosplay the
cosplay.
Greenbergs.
The Goldbergs?
Goldbergs.
When I say
Greenbergs.
Greenbergs, yeah, they're neighbors. The Greenbergs.
We have some neighbors named the Greenbergs.
Unintentional.
We're just gonna dress like them.
Unintentional cosplay.
That's another thing I've
You heard it
noticed.
in Branded,
Timestamp that.
yeah.
Timestamp that.
There's something else I've noticed with the cosplay of these things. I didn't see as much at indie, but I have noticed people branching out into super obscure characters. It used to be like you'd always get, Wolverine, and you'd always get, but like there was one in Madison that was like
Podcasting cosplay?
There was the guy dressed as
Until he ran.
Podplay.
And then he ran, and I went, nope, done.
No,
He's
there
no
was a
longer a
guy-
podcaster.
There was a guy that was dressed as like the boyfriend of Buffy or something, like really obscure.
It's like
Really
dressing
obscure.
as Chuck
Like
from Happy
from-
Days.
Yes,
like, he was
exactly.
dressed
They're
as
just
Chuck from Happy
trying
Days.
to get
And it's
to
like
do
really
something
crazy,
different.
but then if you look at him, you go, that is what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, and
Like that's where cosplay is
Lucas
going.
was
in
his name?
Indianapolis too, I find that so many of them are anime.
Oh, yeah.
And I just walk through and I
animation.
go, I have no idea
I was
who any of
listening-
these. I know Kiki's and things like
Right.
that, but not much else.
I was
There that
listening
group
to a
of girls
show.
That was all anime, like 20 girls. It was like, you seen them running around. I was like,
Yeah.
I was listening to a
Lot of
show. The one guy had gone to an anime con in like Anaheim, and I think
Anime
the show,
Anaheim.
Yeah.
I think the show is Attack on Titan, where the characters like have no clothes on. The giants have no clothes on,
Right.
and they said people were walking down with basically a merkin on. Like just a
Wow.
it
No.
was like they called it Watchmen Con.
Okay,
Watch
girl.
Con.
Watch.
I'm not going to that one.
That's a lot of Blue Johnson.
That's like Survivor cosplay.
Blue Johnson.
That's my new cosplay. I'm Blue Johnson. I'm going to do that in the parade. Well, this parade's over. Yeah. So you're going to have to go home. Why?
The SWAT team, so that's awesome.
Sir, I can think of one reason.
Yeah.
Actually, 3. Gross.
Very
They're
small.
small
reasons.
reasons.
Oh, nailed
Hey,
it. Nailed it.
hello. Fire code. So.
Hey, so I have to call it Vicky. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's a small wonder.
It was cold in July. There was a cold snap.
Yeah.
I had cold thoughts. Woo, it was like
Yeah.
air conditioning.
So yeah, he said that because the giant characters, the Titans,
Right.
don't have clothes. And that's that guy you see where it looks like he's got like the muscles from his cheeks are coming through.
Right.
I'm sure there were people that had that on at this thing.
What now?
But not. He said people are walking around fully like that with just
Like
a
wearing
little,
like a
a little tiny speed
like
of
a fig
flesh
leaf.
coming-
A fig leaf.
That's so gross.
That would be great. Fig leaf. So is David.
Gross. Let me just say it again. Gross.
Did you see the guy that looked like Spock that was in the
Yes.
alley? He was fantastic.
Well, he
Oh yeah, he
he's
was. Yeah.
He's
He's a professional. Yeah, he's
he
in
goes by the
Vegas.
name the right hand of Spock. Or
No,
the hand
no,
of
Vegas
Spock.
Spock.
Yeah, Vegas Spock, but he goes by
The
the, hand of Spock.
flying Vegas chapter.
Yeah.
The flying,
The Elvis flying.
Nemo.
The flying
brothers.
Elvis's Vegas chapter.
Yeah.
You can tell it's not as low rent
Yeah,
as some of the
completely
cons we go
forgot.
to because I go as Spock at those. People walk up and take pictures.
No,
I'm kidding.
it doesn't happen.
You never go as Spock.
No,
We
I
don't
would.
dress up.
You would dress up.
You're the guy who got kicked out of Starfleet.
Yeah, exactly.
dress up.
He was the drunk older
Did
brother.
you cheat at the Kobayashi Maru? I didn't even make it to the Kobayashi.
Kobayashi, huh? What?
Yeah.
What test?
Isn't he the guy that eats all the hot dogs in the hot dog eating contest?
Oh, that's who I should cosplay.
What, isn't that his name?
Because he was small and skinny. I'm like after, years later when his metabolism's changed. Yeah.
You changed. So
It's
awesome.
Kobayashi.
Takashi
Let me say-
Kobayashi.
Let me say hi. to
Yeah,
these
that's what
guys.
you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
said.
Let me.
Yeah, we should probably
I need
wrap
to-
it up.
Yeah, I think I'm on
I'm
a
ready
short
for me
leash.
to
I'm gonna close it.
What?